It's just a quick question for all of you. I'm sitting here wondering. Of course, what is it now? We're almost into March, another day or two. It's February, as well, most of you know, late February. Snow's still on the ground pretty much. A lot of it melted due to the rain we've had, and it's gotten a little warmer, which means pretty soon I'm going to have to try to make that fateful decision again as to whether or not to get tomato plants and try again to raise a crop. You know, most of the time, this is my tomato garden right here. These flower pots. And frankly, I got to tell you, I haven't done too well. I think if I add up the poundage over all these years, I think I've raised maybe about 3 pounds of tomatoes from these flower pots. It's very good soil. I use fertilizer. I treat the plants as nicely as I can, but nothing ever happens. Nothing. No bugs get to them, generally. But I tell you, I don't think I've gotten an entire or a total tomato sandwich yet out of these things, which leads me to a question that I pose to you. Now, of course, we've got all this land around us, got the Musconetcong River over there, going wending its way to Regalsville from Lake Hopatcong. And as you know, Sandy and I, there's many a video showing how we have fed the birds almost all winter now and continue to go for about another month. Whenever the snow melts and the bugs start coming around, the birds will probably be able to fend for themselves, but we've done well by them. Which leads me to think, look at this. You've seen all the snow around, right? Look at it all. But look down there. That's where that's where we throw the seed, the bird seed. And the birds go nuts, pecking away. You can see they've actually pecked through maybe a foot of snow. Okay, the seed does sit on top of the snow, but the birds gather, congregate, sometimes 100 of them, pecking away like fiends. And they've actually got that dirt rather stirred up. Now, normally in the summer, tiger lilies bloom there and actually take over pretty much all the hill you see. Okay, I wonder. Now, again, the birds do what birds do naturally. They've fertilized that particular area quite heavily. And I don't think they would eat the tomato plants. I don't know what they do to the tomatoes if they saw one, but they don't necessarily eat the plants. I'm wondering if that would be a good spot to throw my tomato plants this year. You know, I'll get them from a reputable dealer, and I could certainly turn up the earth a little bit. And I just wonder. That's been fertilized well. It's been well aerated. There probably won't be any weeds from all that pecking. Oh, look, the birds are watching me. Can you see them in that thicket? Yeah, oh, the little stinkers. They're listening in. Uh-huh. Oh, I know they know our language. Yeah. Any case, back to the... They're making plans. Hey, we're going to have tomatoes this summer. Yeah, well, I just wonder, what do you think? I would just so love, before my time on Earth is done, to actually come up with like a 1 pound tomato. Gee, that would taste so good on some nice rye toast or whatever, a little mayonnaise, some pepper. You know? What do you think? Would that work or would it not? Again, this particular area in the summer gets about, 8 to 9 hours of sunlight, and then it would be shade. It's sitting in the shade towards evening, but it would definitely get morning light and would do all right for itself. I could, although I'd hate to do it, I could certainly pull this one tree out of the way. I wouldn't have to kill it necessarily, but I could just pull it so there's a little more shade. It's not a very leafy tree anyway. So what do you think? You can post it on the YouTube site if you wish. I would be interested in knowing, again, what someone who perhaps has a better feel for tomato plants than I do, what would you say? Would I be better off just saving my money and getting a nice crate of tomatoes at the end of the summer? I don't know. Sometimes I think it might be the best way. But I'm like Charlie Brown with that Oh gosh, with the football, right? Yeah. Anyway, your opinion would be welcome.